G'day folks, welcome back. My name's Simon. If this is your first time here, this channel is all about motorcycles, moto vlogging, moto camping, moto exploring, just getting out in general and exploring the world that we live in. Doesn't matter what part of the world you're in, doesn't matter what part of the world you want to be in, or what part of the world you want to explore. Oh, that doesn't feel good. I think I got a flat. That's not good. Definitely feels like it. Can't even get the stand down, it's sitting so much lower. Right. Oh yeah, she's a flat. Good morning, fellow walkabouters. So last night I went to see Mick from Nomad Tanks and we tried fitting the previously designed auxiliary fuel tank for the 2019 model and earlier Africa Twin onto the 2020, and it's very different. So we couldn't do anything with that, and there isn't enough people ordering them for him to be able to make one up for me, which is fair enough. Like, I mean, otherwise it would be, really hard. He'd have to literally make a whole mould up just for one bike. Anyway, so I finished there rather late and decided to set up camp just down the road at the cemetery, as you do. But I knew it was a place that had some trees. I'm not inside the cemetery itself, I'm outside, and had some trees and some fairly decent sort of coverage from passing traffic, that sort of thing. And I was set up just here in between those couple of trees there, and as you can see, I'm already packed up. I'm ready to hit the road again, see what else I can find. So I'll catch you soon. I'm looking at this tyre here, and looks like a piece of stick has gone in between the tyre and the rim wall and broken the bead. I've already tried putting one CO2 canister in it and it's just coming straight back out again. So what I need is a much bigger compressor than what this can provide me, and nobody's stopping. Not that I'm trying to wave anyone down, but nobody stops. Is that a rural Victoria thing? I don't know. Stay tuned, we'll find out. See if anybody decides to stop. I mean, hey, I got my hazard lights on. I'm standing here looking rather forlorn. Pretty obvious that something's not right. I mean, hey, let's see if anyone stops. Guy that lives over the road just came back and he's offered to let me use his air compressor to pump up the back tyre. I think I got the bead reseated. We'll see how it goes. Well, that was a fun little adventure. I didn't bother recording at all because mostly I stood around and chatted. So a very big thank you to Steve, who was actually the guy who lived in the house opposite where I ended up with a flat tyre. And he pulled up on his way home and he said, hey, I've got an air compressor, come on over and use it. So I did. Managed to get the bead reseated and get the tyre reinflated, and now it's all good again. So I worked out that what it looks like is a piece of wood where I was managed to push its way in between the tyre and the tube and break the bead. Oh, look at that, we just passed 9,000 kilometres right now, 9,000 kilometres. Woo! She's starting to get running now. Okay, so we're in Beechworth, Victoria. I'm just about to go back out onto the main street. And I've got to head up to Albury to get something checked on the bike, because there's a little oil leak on the side of the engine and I don't like that. But we'll do another lap of the main street, because there's something I want to show you. So this is an 1850s gold rush town, and a lot of the buildings here date from that time, like 1868, the Hibernian Hotel. And despite the fact that my sat-nav is telling me to go the other way because it's trying to direct me to where I'm going, I'm going to ignore it, just so I can show you what it is that I'm going to show you. So just up here are some of the best preserved old government buildings, and there's a telegraph station here. And beside it is the old courthouse, and that's the old courthouse there. So the reason why I came to show you the old courthouse is because this is the courthouse where Ned Kelly was tried. So Ned Kelly, the famous bushranger. So there you go. Makes it very interesting. I will be coming back to Beechworth as soon as I finish doing what I've got to do. I've got about a 20-minute ride up the road. Hopefully the mechanic will be able to have a quick look at the bike, and I'll be on my way. Gorgeous old town. And it's nice to see an old town that's got nose-in parking. Wow, the old service station, full of beautiful old cars. There, Honda. Yay! Welcome to Honda, Wangaratta. So currently in Wangaratta, I've just left the Honda dealer there, Gas Honda, G-A-S Honda. Thank you very much to their mechanic for coming out, giving the bike a quick once over for me, telling me that what he thought the oil leak was from, and just quickly running over the side of the crankcase with a torque wrench just to make sure everything was torqued to spec. And he came out again and lubed up my chain for me, so it should be right for a little bit longer, which is good. So anyway, I was just having a quick look at Google Maps while I was down here, And I realised that Glenrowan is 16 kilometres away, and Glenrowan is where Ned Kelly came from. So once again, that's Ned Kelly, the famous Australian bushranger. As opposed to Ned Kelly from Little Street in Dublin, Ireland. Yeah, I don't know if there's a Ned Kelly lives in Little Street in Dublin, Ireland, but hey. So anyway, I'm going to shoot down the road there. I won't make it in time to go into the museum, simply because the museum closes at 4 o'clock, and I will get there at about 4 minutes to 4. Riding along this road here, deep in thought, and thinking about what it must have been like in Ned Kelly's day. Now, I'm not one of these people who idolises Ned Kelly. I mean, you know, the only thing that made Ned Kelly famous was standing up, dressed in iron mail, and shooting at the police. Yeah. Welcome to Glenrowan, folks. Keeping place of the Ned Kelly legend. Oh, they've got Iron Jack. Might have to go get a beer. Iron Jack's not a bad beer. I can also say I've had a beer in the Glenrowan Hotel. Animatronic Museum. Rather fitting that the statue of Ned Kelly is made out of steel. I expected the museum was shut, which is fine. Oh, there you go, look at that. Ned Kelly with his gun. So I think I might book into the motel here. I'm not sure if I'm going to go back up to Beechworth or not, or keep going south from here. So there's a great big debate on about whether or not Ned Kelly said such is life. And it's not even the way he would have spoken then. Go and see if there's any rooms. Doesn't look real busy, does it? I was just trying to find somewhere to buy a bottle of drink in Glenrowan, and unfortunately all the shops are shut at 4:30 in the afternoon. But that's small country towns for you. I was just talking with a guy there, and he said, yeah, it's kind of like in the tourist season, the town's heaving, like there's so many people that everything would be open. But conveniently, just a little bit up here, there's a big service centre on the side of that motorway that's up there, and I can get in through a back entrance and get out again onto this road, because I just don't really want to go onto a motorway if I can avoid it. So I'm booked in at the motel there. Lovely lady who runs it used to be a school teacher, and she was a history teacher of all things. So we had a lovely discussion about bushrangers, Ned Kelly, Captain Melville, all that sort of thing. It was really cool. And she's loaned me a couple of books to have a look through this evening, which is really nice. That's one of the things I really like about when you go into a small country town, you know, in places like this, is that there are people there who will go out of their way to make sure that your stay in their town is as comfortable and as good as what you want it to be.